How's it going, everybody? My name is Snazzy Patty, and today, man, we're checking out a video by Chase Engineer. I'm gonna assume it's how you say his last name. Anyways, this video is called We Need to Talk About Gen Z. Man, what do we need to talk about when it comes to Gen Z, fool? Let me know.
To take their side. We've become a group of geek bar sucking, zin addicted, caffeine slamming, sleep deprived little demons. Many days go.
First of all, I'm just gonna start with this video by saying there's two different types of Gen Z. Just like with every generation, you have the older version and the younger version, right? Now, I don't know necessarily if this is going to be him mostly talking about the younger Gen Z or the older Gen Z. I'm kind of in the middle, being an 05 baby, so we'll see.
Go by where I spend more time on Instagram Reels.
10 hours? That's crazy. Actually, what's my time for this? Let me check. Ah, shit, it's kind of flipped. Alright, well, anyways, hopefully y'all can kind of tell. That says 7 hours and 37. That's my daily average, man. That also, then again, doesn't account for the amount of time I spend on the computer, but it is what it is. Like I've said in multiple videos, most of my screen time is from me listening and watching shit at work through my headphones, so.
And I do outside, I am the problem. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Oh, no, I'm outside I'm outside with it every day. I don't care. The weather's getting nice, man. I'm always trying to be outside, man. I love going I hate being a homebody, man. I'm always trying to go outside and do something, even if it's just going for a drive, a walk, going out and enjoying some weather, man.
Half of y'all survive in the draft. At least some of us have some Fortnite training. But other than that, common sense, a consistent sleep schedule, not being afraid to call people to set up appointments, we've got nothing else.
I've gotten better with that. I sucked at that when I first graduated, but, you know, I'm coming up on 21 years, finally, I could just call people, set up appointments and shit now, so you just gotta work on it, that's all.
So cooked, we've invented situationships, which is like dating with extra steps and less happiness. You like someone, but not enough to really like them, and when they text you, you have to pretend not to see it for a while so you don't look desperate. Like, are we dead? I know some of you out.
It's so bad. I'm sorry, I'm pausing so much, but he's got a lot of good points he's bringing up in the intro, man. I've given up on that type of shit, man. I'm over it when it comes to that type of situation, date and all that, man. I'ma just be mean. You like me, you like me. You don't, I'ma keep it pushing.
There are putting more effort into calculating your snaps than doing homework. Be so for real. We've gamified social interaction. Incredible! We grew up with SpongeBob, Minecraft, Musical.ly. Ooh, Musical.ly, can forget that one. But now Gen Z is known for being chronically.
I didn't grow up with Musical.ly. I grew up on Vine, man. I was watching Vine compilations on YouTube growing up. That's what I was on.
Online, terminally tired, and recreationally addicted to just about everything. And again, I'm not on my high horse here. I'm part of the problem too. I don't think anything is as bad as our collective addiction collection. We can start with what I like to call the holy trinity. You've got Nick, caffeine, and weed. Hot diggity dog!
Oh yeah, nah, he cooked. He cooked there, guys. Fuck. Don't get me wrong, please. I'm not promoting any of it. If you're not on any of it, you're not addicted to any of this shit, man, please don't try it. You stay away from it because you want to keep your body clean, man. Preserve your body. Stay clean, man.
Half of us have become human Pez dispensers. I don't even remember these things entering society. One day it was Berry Blast, whatever the flavor vape, and the next it was a Zin graveyard on every public sidewalk. But even though Zins are absolutely everywhere, people still vape, make no mistake. Except instead of Juuls like it was in 7th grade, we graduated to Geek Boss. I don't mean to sound like a D1 unk, but when I found out that these fancy-ass things were disposable, I was kerfuffled. Because back in my day, I remember people smacking a USB stick and reusing it. Nowadays, you can just throw out the whole neon brick. And my favorite part is a lot of the people you meet using these things are some of the most health conscious people ever, you know, no artificial dyes, no seed oils in their—
I was just talking about that. But that's how it started for me too. I just started to become more aware of the fact that, like, I'm putting all this horrible shit on my body. Let me try to at least curve some of it, subside some of it by eating healthier and that type of shit, drinking healthier. But then, yeah, like, hopefully he brings it up. I saw the flaw within my own logic there. You might as well just clean it all out your system. Full detox, everything.
Or like when it comes to caffeine or diet soda, oh, that's bad for you. But if it's a puff of blue raz ice and Chernobyl fog, oh, that's fine. Because as I'm sure you've heard one of them tell you, they can quit whenever they want. Spoiler alert. They can't! Bro, I thought you stopped vaping like a month ago. Yep. So why are you hitting that shit? Oh, I can quit whenever I want. I'm just taking a break. Then why don't you just quit?
Taking a break. Just taking a break. I'm just gonna buy one more. This is gonna be my last one. You see them every other week with a brand new vape.
Oh, Because I can quit whenever I want, bro. I'm just using it for another month, I swear. Like, are we so serious for Realius right now? God forbid one of these car exhaust.
Oh, I love this video. Yeah.
Uses their vape in your house because
that video's a classic. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, but if it's ever gotten to this point, this is your sign to get help, honestly.
Will shortly look like Hurricane Katrina II in there. I'm talking couch upside down, every cabinet rummaged through. It's like me when I lose my phone, because even though I may not be a Nick fiend, I have my vices too. The other thing is money, because geek bars last anywhere from a week or two and cost like 20 bucks each. That's like 60 bucks a month, and over a year, that's like a plane ticket to Europe, all on some blueberry gas. Congratulations.
Exactly. That's honestly, if anything, if you don't care about your health, man, let the money be the like motivation to quit. Even if you got your bag, right? Even if you make money like that, still, that's a lot of money you could be saving, bro.
And don't even get me started on weed. I use it to energize me. It lets me focus. Dude, you're high out of your mind. You look like a barn animal. And watch how the fake ones fold the second you bring out the Benjamin. Everyone will be begging for that sucker. I don't smoke, partly because I know I'm already an idiot. And
this one's gonna get me pressed, man. I'm a proud 420 blazer.
That shit will put a dent in your brain, and partly because I know it'll put a dent in your wallet as well. Card is what?
Oh, it can be expensive. But that's if you're buying it from a dispensary or you don't have a hookup, right? If you buy it from somebody you don't know or your dispensary, you're gonna get charged up your ass, bro. You gotta get a connection. That's all. That's what annoys me about people who like don't smoke, or like the ones that are like baby smokers or whatever like that, who talk about it and they don't know what they're talking about because it sounds ignorant. And again, not condoning it, man. It's my vices, not y'all's. Don't start it if you're not already, you know. And shit, I'm slowing it down, man, because yeah, it's expensive as hell. And sure, it's not as bad as doing other shit like that. You could be doing harder shit like what other people are doing out on the streets, you know, that horse tranquilizer, that fentanyl, all of that. But I will say this, there's definitely moderation, because he's speaking facts about people who are high 24/7. That's a problem. If you were consistently high every day, no matter what, it's an addiction. And don't get me wrong, I had my time with that, you know, that phase, you know, high school mainly. But you gotta curb that shit, especially as you grow up and become an adult. Because you gotta be able to function sober at times in your life. And I know it may suck, but it's a part of growing up and locking the fuck in.
35 bucks, and then you have to DoorDash afterwards, so that's another 25. You didn't just get
Did he just say the pen was 35? See, that's what I'm saying, man. If you're getting charged 35, you're getting robbed. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm pausing way too much. I apologize.
You just spent $60 to forget that you're already broke. You also could green out, which is goon speak for I took too much THC and now I'm losing my mind having a...
Yeah, that's for the baby tokers. And also, if you DoorDashing on top of that, that's just you're being stupid with your money at that point. Because you could literally, if you know, and it's nice out, go take a walk, enjoy that shit. Go to McDonald's. Saves your, it's a half different, you know, it's like half off now. Because you damn spent like $30 just to get it delivered to you. You go there, spend $10 on a meal. It's still $10 for a burger and for some fries. It's ridiculous, but or just be smart and cook up in the kitchen, make some fucking crazy munchie combo. That's where it's really at.
Panic attack. But I don't know what's worse, that or the heart palpitations from the 600 milligrams of caffeine I sometimes consume. Caffeine addiction isn't a destination, my friends. It's a journey, one that I am most certainly. It always starts with soda, and then you graduate to coffee, then Monster, and then I'm practically running off of Celsius now with 200 milligrams. God forbid you start cracking into them 270 milligram fat Celsiuses, because you're practically just begging for the emergency room at that point. The safe limit is...
when I was really into my caffeine addiction era, it was mainly coffee. I'm a huge iced coffee fan. I love my iced coffee. Fuck ice, but I love iced coffee. And energy drinks. Red Bulls, Monsters, Venoms, Rockstars. Didn't matter. I drank them.
It's 400 milligrams a day, but I treat that as more of a suggestion than a rule. And much like nicotine and weed, caffeine tolerance is very real. I barely even feel it anymore. Maybe that's not good, guys. I'm doing some self-reflection. I don't know how I did high school. 7 a.m. wake up, 7 straight hours of classes, no caffeine. I showed up hungry, dehydrated, sleep deprived, and somehow...
Because you were younger, man. Your body could do it, but it took its toll. Now you feeling the effects.
I'll still fun. Now, when I wake up before 10 a.m., I feel like I'm all like in touch with nature. Like I'm in a productivity sigma male edit. The college effect is very real, my friends. If you're starting college, don't worry. This is where caffeine addiction slowly creeps into your life and you become familiar on a first name basis with every vending machine on your campus. Yes! I mean, because something's got to artificially power your dead battery after you go to bed at 4 a.m.
What the dog doing?
All right. Breakfast? What's that? Let me introduce you to my little friend, Peach Vibe Celsius. Not sponsored, but totally should be. Yeah, it kind of feels like plugging a gas-powered generator into a Tesla. Now, sure, we like to put a bunch of radioactive substances into our bodies, breezes, energy drinks, but the consumption does not stop there. That's because the average Gen Zer gets over 9 hours of screen time a day. I bet most of you don't even sleep that long. Like, what are we doing? And again, I am the problem here.
Oh, no, I sleep like 5 hours a night. So, but that's also because I'm up at 5:30 in the morning getting ready for work. And I stay up till 11 midnight because I got shit to do afterward. Content with the work, man. That's 2 jobs right there.
I don't know about all of you, but I like...
Plus a social life. I still gotta, make sure I have time for my family and friends. Don't want to leave them abandoned because that's fucked up, man. Don't forget about your day ones.
Give myself a little scroll break after being productive for a little while. Like I'll open an assignment and then reward myself with 30 minutes of Instagram Reels and then I'll answer question 1 and I have to reward myself with an hour and a half of YouTube.
That's
and
bad.
Before I know it, my work is done. 6 hours later.
See, no, what you need to do, and this is the method, man. The method's been like solved for us to like figure it out. Ready? You just put on a 2-3 hour long video of some bullshit. Like, you just gotta find somebody who has a nice, interesting voice you can listen to. Find a video, put on a playlist of them, like, or whatever, or, a show, something, like, you just need background noise. Something you don't have to visually watch to, like, be entertained or mentally stimulated while you still work on that project. You should, it still sucks that, you're sitting there having something to still stimulate your mind while you're doing an assignment. You can't just lock in on the assignment. We have such a problem with being bored. We can't handle being bored as a generation. I feel like that's actually, like, a problem that I hope he talks about, but if not, shit, I'm talking about it right now, man. We need to learn how to become bored, man, and be okay with being bored. Just sitting there with yourself and your thoughts, or working on a boring task you don't want to do. How many of you guys have headphones playing music at work? I'm doing it. Shit, I've sat here on stream, playing shit in my ear on my headphone, cover it up with here, just have a headphone right here, cover it up, playing shit, not even listening to the game, because I know the mic's picking me up, so I don't have to worry about that, and I'm multitasking. I don't know, maybe that's the ADHD, but definitely some iPad kid energy there, I feel like. Damn. I am self-reflecting during this video. Shit.
And God forbid you get sick and decide to tell your family because they will diagnose it like they've been through med school. Mom, I don't feel so good. I feel like I shouldn't go to school today. Maybe if you weren't always on that damn phone of yours, you would be, I don't know, healthy, strong, accomplished, successful, happy, a doctor, a lawyer, an
I never
engineer,
had this
and
happen
I wouldn't
to me.
have to pay an electric
But
bill
she's speaking
the size of a
facts.
Morgan. And the worst part isn't even the time warp that this sucker carves into my day. No, it's the fact that my attention span has been ground down to that of a newborn fly. Because if the TikTok doesn't have bright colors, flashing subtitles, and Subway Surfers gameplay below it, I'm not watching it. That's why the average Gen Zer has an average 8-second attention span and a 1.3-second attention span for ads. That part I get, though. I make my living off of ads, and I still audibly sigh whenever YouTube decides to hit me with a 60-second unskippable shit. Quick dopamine hits are a common factor
That's why I got that premium.
among our generation, whether it's an illicit substance, a diabetes-inducing crumble cookie, shooting out the professor with glass, because it's not just screens and stimulants anymore. It's like we've taken every human herb.
Snazzy, I'm recording, buddy. Come here. Oh, big boy. No, we can't be on the desk. Sorry for the interruption again.
And turned it into a subscription. Let's talk about OnlyFans for a second. We've got a whole economy now where people pay more money on not touching grass than they do on grass touching activities. Like, bro, you could buy some new clothes, get a gym membership.
What I don't understand about OF, right, is it's free. Sorry, I know I get very loud over my videos. But there's so many websites you could go on for free. If you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand the process of paying for it. I don't. And half the time, it's the same shit that they post on their Instagram feed. So really, what is the difference? What are you actually paying for, bro? It's pathetic. I got no sympathy for the guys that go broke on this shit, bro. I hope you all do.
Membership, do your groceries, or you could spend $25 to see those feet pics. It's wild because both sides are cooked. You've got, oh, I would never date an OnlyFans model, that's crazy, typed out on a phone that spent 4 consecutive hours on the damn site. And then the creators are like, I don't know who keeps buying this stuff. Mankind is cooked. It is the top 0.7% of your subscribers funding this dude. You are the IMF of loneliness. And again, I'm not hating on the people that do it, right? Like, get your
Get your bag,
whatever.
man. If people are gonna be lonely and sad and pathetic enough to pay for it, fuck it.
But like, as a generation, are we not even slightly ashamed that we've turned eye contact into a paid feature? Because the buffoons who send like $10,000 at a time, they genuinely believe the girl likes them.
I need you to Apple Pay me an insane amount of money.
Yes, how much?
I need like 10K. You have to send me this money or we're done. Get nothing.
Okay.
Wow.
And I say the
that's crazy, man. See, this isn't a problem for me because I'm just not down with it. I'm not. I curve that shit so fast, man. I don't tolerate none of that bullshit. Fuck out of here.
Because 11 times out of 10, it is some middle-aged dude with too much money sending it to some like 20-year-old girl he genuinely thinks he's in a relationship with. I'm sorry, you're kind of delusional. But OnlyFans still has well over 300 million users, which means there's a good chance that you know someone who secretly uses it. Just saying. And then there's food, because our generation does not cook. We DoorDash. Here's a fun stat for you. I have spent more time...
See, I can cook. I cook almost all the time now. I definitely had my problem with DoorDashing for a little bit, but it was never because I couldn't cook. It's because I didn't feel like getting groceries, or I didn't feel like cooking. I got lazy. That's all.
Watching people cook on YouTube than I've ever cooked in my life. No exaggeration, I don't even need to do the math because I can't cook for shit. The Gen Z food pyramid consists of Chipotle, Raising Cane's, White Monster, and whatever the heck DoorDash can deliver to me in 30 minutes. The other day
I ain't gotta worry about this part of the video. This may be for y'all. Ain't for me.
DoorDashed
Y'all enjoy this part.
$13 personal pizza from a restaurant that's literally 5 minutes from my apartment. Am I proud? No. Did I still smack that shit in about 5 minutes and regret every second of it when I checked my banking app afterward? You bet I did. We're all like, why is everything so expensive? Why am I broke? Also us,
Yeah, I figured that too. Yes, everything is expensive, but you don't have to buy... The fuck was that? See, that's something I figured out. Yes, the economy is still cooked. Don't get me wrong. Gen Z, we're kind of fucked when it comes to the economy. I can only imagine what Gen Alpha is going to have to go through, right? But also, there is a point to be made about how millennials and boomers will say, save your money. You don't have to be spending all... Like, he's talked about all this shit, and almost all the stuff he's talked about in this video is draining your bank. Vapes, weed, caffeine, DoorDashing. I know he hasn't mentioned it yet, but like, I know for a fact, y'all got subscriptions. Some of y'all are weirdos and paying for OnlyFans. Y'all got the Tinder shit going, paying for that and all that stuff for dating websites you're paying for. When most generations before didn't pay for shit like that. So they got to save a lot more money. All we have to do is just not participate in buying this stuff, man.
$18 Pokeball, $6 iced coffee from Starbucks, $4 800 calorie 80 gram of sugar crumble cookie. Money in general is just a disaster because I know some of you have more subscriptions than you do dollars in your checking account. We're all like, oh, I can't afford to invest. The system's broken. Again, also us, Spotify, Netflix, Apple Music, iCloud, because we won't delete that picture we never look at. And then $30 of subscriptions we didn't even know existed. You'll open your bank statement to see your spending, and it's never rent, groceries, utilities, Rumble cookies, Uber trip, DoorDash, random vending machine expense, Uber trip. We're not even spending money at this point. We're just leaking. There's a very specific type of guy.
See, I'm good on most of this part, man. I've been pretty good, man, curving my spending habits, so
guy who will not
just gotta
pay
lock
$10 for parking because that's a scam, but will gladly drop $50 at the bar and then $25 on some tacos you won't even remember afterward. And that guy is me. Now, one thing we actually are good at as a generation, because I've just been ripping into us, is gym culture. Because Gen Z actually works out more than any other generation before. Is a lot of that rooted in self-doubt, low self-esteem, and the angry urge for revenge? Probably. But at least it's healthy. Physically, a lot of us are not working out to be healthy. Let's be real. We're working out.
Most people who are working out are doing it to look aesthetically good and look like they're healthy. Because the same people who sit there and work out are the same people who are also addicted to caffeine, who are also vaping, who are also door dashing constantly and doing all this other type of shit. I don't know why I said constantly like that. I fucked up. Don't pay attention to that. And if they're not doing that shit, they're taking all this type of extra protein and all these supplements and steroids and hormone replace, all this other weird shit, man, that I don't really care to talk about because I ain't gonna lie, I'm ignorant about it because I'm not in the gym culture.
Out to look good on that beach trip or for 2 Instagram posts. We also got dudes taking pre-workout to go hit arms for 25 minutes and then go scroll on TikTok while sitting on a machine for another 40 minutes to recover like they just got back from D-Day or something. And everything has to be recorded. Some of you don't hit normal squats anymore. Now, we've got ring lights, gorilla pods, 6 different angles. Like, we know you probably did 3 sets and then went home to DoorDash Canes after. But we need to talk about the worst part of this generation, by far. The public nuisances. Yes, the people who go out and vie for your attention with every ounce of their being, trying to get as viral as possible online. I'm talking the Jack Dohertys of the world. The people who go out and decide to make themselves public menace #1 for no reason at all. Because I think more than any other generation, Gen Z were so externally motivated by public approval, more so than any other generation, and it sucks. Why do we do?
See, I don't know, man, because you see, I don't know. Because people say the small few ruin it for the large, right? Or whatever. However that saying goes. And I feel like that's what it is. Most people, especially most Gen Z people, aren't out here doing this kind of shit. At least to that scale where they're actually causing problems for people around them and being an actual public nuisance. But of course, the small few are getting tons of clicks and popularity because we'll sit there and watch it and like it and reshare it and all that shit, and it blows it up and they get, viral from it. Therefore, it engages them to do it more and encourages them to do it more, which therefore encourages the younger people to do it. So if anything, I feel like it's going to be Gen Alpha that really has a problem with this.
Do that. We do that to ourselves. So Gen Z, I have one message for you, okay? I am one of you. I check a lot of the bad, stupid boxes I talked about today. I'm not perfect, but I'll tell you this. Let's come together as one and just, stop being, idiots. Because we are pretty smart. We're a bunch of smart cookies. I'm not gonna lie. I have guessed.
Yeah, no, because if you think about it, we are the best generation when it comes to how much technology we have to our, advantage and where we are and how much we have advanced compared to previous generations. And then you also have Gen Alpha, who is just brain dead because, millennial parents don't know how to fucking parent their kids and just fed them iPads their whole life. And it's only going to get worse as the reading stats go down and the education stats go down. We're probably the last best generation, and this is really, we have to lock in. So yeah, no, all of us, anybody watching this, anybody watching that video, lock the fuck in, man. Let's curb all these dumb habits. Let's do better. I'm going to like this video. I like that video. That was a good video. But hey, man, as always, I hope you enjoyed. Go show your love to the original video. Link to the original video will be down in the description below, like I said earlier, man. But as always, stay safe, stay snazzy, and stay blessed.